What up? So, this is controversy. Hold on, I gotta put this mug back. But yeah, this is controversy. This is a YMDR video. So this is season 2, and so season 2 gonna be a little bit different. I'm just gonna explain a little different things. It's not gonna be like last time where I just had different things in it, and different transitions. But I'm just gonna explain to a lot of y'all just what YMDR is, just for those who don't pay attention to it, and for those who don't necessarily check out my Facebook or YouTube page. And so I'm just gonna go over different things just that YMDR is, and I'm going to explain that to y'all, give y'all some ideas of what it is. So if y'all don't know, I've done a freedom of expression group called YMDR for about 2 years. It's going on 3. I've done that for a pretty long time. I had some friends in it with me who used to be in it with me. Their name was Warren Protector. You know, I had another dude who was named his name was Jeremiah something. Jeremiah something. I can't remember his name exactly, but it was a Jeremiah Carson. I think that was his name, Jeremiah Carson. There used to be, you know, a Maggie Burns in it, Mark Bowen. Used to be a Spanish dude in it. You know, he was a Mexican dude. He used to be in it, and yeah, like that's kind of all the people who used to be, who just transitioned when it came down to it. That has kind of changed now this year. This year it hasn't had that many people in it, and so it's kind of like I gotta have to know, you know, when God will bring in some actual people who are willing to stay in it. I will commend Warren, because Warren stayed in it pretty long, about 2 years with me, and he was doing stuff with me. But you know, he just resigned this year because, you know, he just, you know, he wanted to do his own thing, and so, you know, I commended him for that, and he just graduated my whole group. So he's doing his own thing. He has a product and thing sort of that he makes called Aspire. You know, he uses clothing line, and he does books. You know, he does all types of stuff, and we still work together in that. So, but what a lot of I've been doing for YMDR, just to start to tell y'all, is, you know, I try to get music going. That was something that we used to try to get going and stuff like that. And so music was something that we basically would try to connect with. It didn't really work out so well because Maggie, you know, and Mark Bowen, they left. And so I wasn't able to do it. And then Jeremiah kind of just, he had a little different things that he had to do, and it kind of just got out of hand where he didn't want to really do it no more because of some different things that may have been, he was struggling with his faith. I necessarily don't know exactly, because he just didn't, after that he kind of just left me in it. So I kind of just had to work backwards and stuff like that. And so my friend who was the Mexican, Alejandro, he, you know, he was in it for a few. He made a song with me, but we didn't get to release it because I lost a lot of the stuff when I had that accident happen to me. So I lost a lot of the things we could be doing for it. And so after that happened, you know, he had to transition into college. So he was doing stuff with college now. That's kind of where he's doing stuff like that now. And so, yeah, man, like the dude who I would say there is somebody in it right now. His name is Ryan. Ryan is somebody who wanted to kind of get involved with it. So Ryan asked me about different stuff, and Ryan is a dude who does like to commend something like this, because, you know, he gets involved with things like this, and me and him are working pretty closely to do some stuff. But I just feel like, the way that it works in YMDR is, you know, we accept people who do all types of stuff. It's not just music. Music is because of the fact that it's just a gift that I have, and it's just a gift Warren has, and all the people who used to be in it, that's just something that they used to have. But if they were to ever have any different talents that they could use that. You know, we don't discriminate against a person's talent here. And so, but a lot of what I would say I face just in YMDR in general is that YMDR to some people seems like a group that is not necessarily to be seen a lot because of the fact of how YMDR gives you a very different feel. You know, you got to be around, you know, you're around people who basically don't believe in God. You know, and what I mean is not the community itself, meaning the people who are Christians who are in the group with you. I mean the ones who are not, like the ones in society. Like what I've done is I've done street performances, and so I'm around people who necessarily don't believe in God. And so, you know, I've tried to make music. You know, I've told people about it. I put it in the streets, and people have seen it. And so it's not an issue of people not seeing it, but it's like I haven't built communities, you know, or relationships with certain people. You know, none of that. Like none of that has actually happened. And so that's why a lot of what YMDR has been doing, it almost seems like some people, you know, I had some highs and some lows in it where I wasn't necessarily knowing what YMDR was for, or just what YMDR could be used for in general. And so that's why it just helped me. You know, I kind of just struggled with a lot of different things in my faith and stuff like that. But I feel like as I started YMDR in general and told people about it and different things, you know, I always, you know, for some reason it is crazy how I always talk to y'all in my room about YMDR and different things like that. You know, I transitioned and I've done vlogs and different things like that. But I just feel like what I tell y'all about YMDR is just for a specific reason, because of the fact of how YMDR is like something that's I'm trying to use to help a community of people who are in our communities, like people who are in the streets, you know, people who believe these sort of things, people who have different beliefs, and I don't care about if they believe something different. And so I just want to connect with them to kind of help them to fix the thoughts that they have on Christians in general. And so, you know, I do a lot of different stuff with that. Like, you know, I use my music to help connect with those people. I use different things to just help connect with those different types of people, because we all have our own sense of art, and some of us are not trying to impact people all the way, and some of us will leave like the things that we're doing to impact people in a different way with our own movements and stuff. But I feel like YMDR is just more of a working together sort of thing. Like you working together to kind of build something that can help people see your faith and, you know, see, you know, Christ on a deeper level. You know, and that's why I critically always tell people about how it would be cool if somebody joined my group and things of that nature. Because it's a group here. It's for Indianapolis people. You know, Indianapolis people who are Christians. I told many Christians about it. There was a time I had a table outside one day. I told some Christians about it. They didn't necessarily hit me back. And so, like, you know, it's really just been a high and low situation, because most people I give flyers to or things to, they don't hit me back, and I don't know what to basically do. And so I'm always kind of like stuck in that situation of what could YMDR be to people. You know, I want to serve people, and I want to do what I can do to help them and all of that. And it's like I can't do that because it's like they don't want to, you know, they don't want it around or whatever. But I mean, you know, I just I'm making this video just to explain to y'all just of what I've had to go through just with YMDR, and just some little more basis of what y'all will see with YMDR, just so y'all can kind of get an idea of it. Because it's not, you know, this is a thing that I am using to contribute to my community. Like, I'm trying to get a building for it and things like that, so I could do work in the building, and so I can, you know, I need to get a car so I can do that stuff, because I've already, you know, gotten some stuff for YMDR. Like, you know, I've got a PA system, you know, I've gotten like a tent in case, you know, I need to do it out in the rain. Got a table in that closet in case I needed to, you know, do it with that. I got tablecloths. I got 2 tablecloths there and there, that, you know, you can, you know, that people can see it, you know, on a lively level. but I got something that I'm just using that stuff, and so I'm kind of trying to work together with other people to do what God wants us to do. I'm trying to create a culture, to bring people into the hearization and kind of help people to get away from the thoughts that they think about Christians, because it's for that reason, and it's just for the basis of community. I feel like if YMDR ever got to the spot that it did, like, we helping each other with our music, we create a music or a song or a artwork or this or that, we help each other out, and it's like we can give more to the community when we're helping each other out in so many different ways. And that's kind of exactly what it feels like we could be, well, YMDR could be, if people just tagged in. And so it's like a lot of different artists that I've mentioned or got to see or got to hear out, they haven't necessarily been that way. They haven't necessarily been the artists that are necessarily good in that context. And so I tell y'all more about that kind of in a different video. But yeah, I mean, I feel like YMDR is a resource for everybody, because it invites people in to a new different thing. Like, it brings you to a different level of different stuff. Obviously I'm serving y'all, and some of it is for money, but not predominantly. I feel like I'm doing it to, I'm using the money to make the money, but obviously I'm using it to build the group of YMDR, and to just be able to help people on a bigger level. And so, yes, I mean, it's a social group because it's not from the church. It doesn't have any senses of the church. But you see, I feel like it is not part of a church, because what it's trying to do is it's trying to give people a better perspective about the church. And then once they get a better perspective about the church, they can probably, step into the boundaries of the church. That doesn't mean that they have to, but it just means that they may think about it better if you're not, if people were here to kind of levitate that out, because there's what I feel like is there's a lot of people who can speak, about somebody being, having success and having this and having that. And they can speak on those people, but they don't speak of the ones who are actually doing it from a different level. And so it's like, I feel like YMDR is just something that can bring people a better taste in different things, and it can bring people just to a better table. I don't make it seem like you have to have a talent necessarily, because sometimes it's just sense of, I want to get to know people. And so yeah, I meet people who have talents sometimes, but sometimes I don't, and sometimes I do. Sometimes they give me their cards, but sometimes they don't hit me back up. Sometimes I talk to them, and sometimes they don't hit me back up. And so I never necessarily know what I can do, or if what I'm doing is helpful. So I necessarily just wanted to make this video for that reason. You can subscribe to my channel. I hope you please subscribe to my channel to just get what I'm going to be doing with these videos and stuff like that. I'm going to be posting just some different things and sharing some different things just with y'all. Obviously, I'll let y'all listen to some of the tracks that I'm doing. I'm working on one right now. It's this one right here. Where is it? It's a track right here. It's called New Days. I don't have the title for it yet, but yeah, it's just a track that I was working on. Hold on. But yeah, it's just a track I was working on just right now and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I'm just wanting to, get some people into this, and hopefully they can, get an idea of what they would want to do. All of these sort of things. And so I hope that y'all have a good day, man. And I'll be seeing y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later, basically. So yeah.